Execute! Execute! Ah!
Woof. Alright, what a game though. What a game. Alright, Cyberpunk 2077 Notepad review. Here we go. Overview of the game. So you have this mercenary named V. Mercenary named V. Who is doing a job with his friend and just happens to jump into jobs that is out of their how should I say this? Out of their league, I should say. Yes, out of their league, and has to face the consequences. What the consequences are, I won't say because that will pretty much be the spoiler. But it's really nice. It's a really fun way to do this. Setting is in 2077, as the game says, and is in the city called Night City. That's pretty much what the game is about. How long does it take to beat? So the length of the game, I would say the main quest, if you're just doing the main quest, I would say it's about 20 hours. But if you're doing some side quests, some side quests worth doing, I would say about 10 to 15 more hours you spend to beat the game. But side quests are definitely worth doing. Like, you should definitely do side quests that involve some of the major characters. That's for sure. It would be pretty easy to tell what characters are like major characters, like once you're into the game. How hard is the game? It's about I would say it's about normal difficulty for any casual gamers. It is not it is definitely not one of those Souls game, and it should be a nice playthrough without much difficulty. Positives of the game. Character customization of this game was insane. It's so you get to there's very detailed way to like change your looks on the face. You can change the complexion of the body. You can even change like the size of your character's dick if you're into that stuff. And yeah, that's a lot of stuff you can do with your characters. I don't think I played a game where there were more options of character customization. This is probably like the best one I've had so far. Um, Keanu Reeves. What more can I say? I mean, he basically nailed it, just like he did in John Wick 4 recently. If you haven't watched that movie, it's a really good movie too. Um, yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about this other than just Keanu Reeves. Um, I should one sec. I should probably add a gameplay. Like, what are the gameplays like? Gameplay. So the gameplay is basically like Elder Scrolls. As in like FPS, RPG. But in like a GTA setting. I should say futuristic GTA setting. GTA setting. You get to steal cars and run away from police. Yeah, just like GTA. GTA. There are pretty substantial RPG aspect to the game as well. As you can level a whole bunch of different things. Like you can become a hacker, you can become like a melee type guy, different type of guns. You can make him stronger. There's a lot of different things you can do. So yeah, positives. Back to more positives. Driving is really good. It's so good. It's so good that I've had moments where I would just drive to a place instead of fast traveling. Like that's how good the driving was. Like, most people would just fast travel whenever they possibly can. But sometimes in this game, the driving was so good, especially when you get a really good car that's new. You just drive to that place because it's so fun. It's definitely more fun than some of the NASCAR games I played. Like that's for sure, which is pretty embarrassing for NASCAR, but that's another story. Um, the game is very detailed. Um, as in like side quests have pretty deep story of its own. I would say it's a really good story for side quests, but like not good enough to be a main quest. I would say, or it's almost as good to be a main quest. Like that's how good the side quests were. Some more details to add. The graphic in general is very detailed. It has TV shows with own commercials. It's basically like real life, basically, in future setting. It's really nice. It's got really good soundtrack. Um, Great soundtrack. Like all the songs that were playing in the game, like including the radio tracks, were nice. But like the gameplay songs were amazing, especially like the ending songs or when uh when they had that last conversation. I don't know what the song is called, but like that song was so epic. Dun, 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 dun. That song. That song was so good. Like, oh my god, this game basically has a lot of positives. It's a very good game. Let me try to think of more positives I can think of here. Uh, I think that's pretty much all the positives of this game. Let's come up with some negatives. There are some negatives. Occasional graphics glitch. Uh, like this is like really minor. But there was a moment when I was riding through the tunnel, and the car just like, or the tunnel just like stops, and then I'm like flying through the invisible, and then I just like all of a sudden fall through the game or fall through the map or whatever you can, whatever, however you want to say it. It's really weird, but that's really like minor. Like it didn't really have a overall effect on the game, I would say. Uh, but the major minus I would say is the pacing of the game is really bad. Uh, it's really weird and bad, I will say. Um, what I mean by this is so once you get to Act 2 of the game, I think every side quest is available, or like most of the side quests gets available, and at the same time you can just do the main quests. This is bad because there's too much to do all at once. I wish the game paced me better. As it was hard to get immersive with the main story while trying to pace doing all the side quests. It was really like hard. Like I was doing main quests and then like I almost forgot what I was doing in the main quest because side quests were so long, and then like I had to do them all at once instead of like, you know, do some main quests and then side quests, main quest, side quest. I wish the pace was like all related in a way that like it all builds up to the moment of the main quest. And I also didn't like the ending that much. Ending wasn't that good. Maybe the ending wasn't that good because the story was too short. But you just didn't get that emotional connection with the character nearly as much as you should have, I think. Yeah, again, it goes back to the problem with the pacing. I think instead of like having all those alternate endings, you come up with the one insane ending and then just like use those type of endings and make the game longer. Just make the game longer instead of like coming up with those all those different endings. I think you just come up with really good one ending, and then you make the game longer to build that connection with the character more. It felt like I was in the beginning. It's like this. If you're in a movie, you're like watching that build up in that movie. Like you just like first 30 minutes of the movie, you just build up and then build up to the story. You build that connection with that character, and then in that middle part, just never happened in this game. It just went straight to ending basically. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, that was pretty much like the only bad parts. Like the story pacing was weird, but the story itself is pretty good. The story itself is really good. So the score for this game I would give like 9.2. It could have been a perfect game. Perfect game if the game length was, I would say it needed to be about at least 10 hours longer. About 10 to 20 hours longer. To build a better story and connection with between character, main character and the players. Oh yeah, and the player. Yeah. 9.2 sounds about right about for this game, I think. So let's kind of go back and review it. So yeah, mercenary named V who is doing a job. Took about 20 hours. Side quest about 10 to 15 hours. The game is not that hard. It's about normal difficulty. 9.2. It's a really good game. It's a much better game than Resident Evil 4. Yeah, actually on a side note, unrelated to the game. Unrelated to Cyberpunk. I think Resident Evil 4, after reviewing this game, or after playing this game, score goes down. Score, I think I give it a 8.5, but review score. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.3. The game wasn't that good. It was at best mediocre. The controls weren't that good. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend like paying $60 for Resident Evil, but I would definitely recommend paying the buck for Cyberpunk. And it was on sale not that long ago, and I hope it's still on sale. Yeah, definitely buy this game if you haven't played this game at all. So yeah, and thank you for watching this review. I will see you guys on the next game. Thank you.